Who would have thought that Expert Mode in Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition would have practical uses beyond just causing pain and suffering to the player? While speedrunners of the game have found a way to use this feature to implement a consistent skip that saves around 4 minutes of the run, bypassing 2 fights and a tedious running section. Most of the game's landscapes are horizontal, meaning running speed is a limiting factor, and there is not much movement techniques other than setting up optimal lines of running. But in vertical environments, skips and ways to descend below safely become a focus for runners to explore. This brings us to one such skip, the Ether Mine skip. This trick lets players skip the whole mines, cutting out the elevators, running sections, and 2 fights, which relies on 2 key mechanics. These are Expert Mode and Shulk's Visions. Upon entering the central room of the Ether Mines, runners enable Expert Mode and downlevel Shulk and Rhine to level 1, and Charlotte to level 10, the lowest levels possible for these characters. This downleveling feature is exclusive to Expert Mode, and while Shulk's level isn't needed for this trick, it's optimal for the upcoming Zord fight, making this the best time to adjust it. The most commonly run category for this game is New Game on casual difficulty, but for this trick they also need to switch to normal difficulty. This increases enemy damage, forcing visions to take place exactly when needed. It also prevents Ryan and Sharla from messing things up, as the lower levels cause them to pretty much always miss. Runners need to also remove all of Ryan's arts except Sword Drive and Wild Down, and Sharla's arts keeping only Thunder Bullet and Metal Burst. Most importantly, her healing bullet is removed, as Sharla healing herself here will ruin the trick. And if you played Xenoblade, you know Sharla has a habit of screwing things up. Lastly, all of Sharla's armor is removed and a colony top equipped. Hopefully this is just for trick purposes. The preparation is to make Sharla as weak as possible, so enemies can easily put her into critical HP and then a death state, which are the triggers for a vision. The trick, as per the name, takes place at the beginning of the Ether Mines, and takes you straight from the top to the bottom where the first Zord fight is, skipping the runaround which painfully puts you at the mercy of a slow rotating machinery. At the beginning, speedrunners drop straight down to the section below and line up around this point on the floor, where they can see a Mechon M32X in the distance and target it. It's worth noting, standing Shulk in front of Rhine to block him can help with consistency of this trick, but it is not required. The next steps are to engage the enemy, but then quickly using the come to me order to bring back the party to Shulk. When the Mechon to the right are out of the aggro range, and the other flying Mechon M32X is far enough from the one being targeted, runners will use the focus attacks order to make Charlotte chase down the Mechon. Once she pulls aggro, the party is recalled with the come to me again. At this point, Shulk is going to want to be lined up around this section on the floor, facing this part of the infrastructure as shown on screen, and the Mechon will energy shot Charlotte. This forces a vision of plot twist, you subscribing to the channel, and also Sharla being put in critical HP, which was forced by the low level and bad equipment. The vision is used as a buffer so runners can hold up during the vision, and Shulk will run off the ledge at the correct time every time. The timing is required as it allows the Mechon to shoot its first energy shot at Sharla, putting her in critical HP for the first vision. Then at the right time in the fall down, it will load in a second vision for the fatal blow against her. During the suicidal run off the edge, making sure to refocus the party back on the Mechon with focus attacks is essential to ensure that they stay on the ledge fighting instead of falling off with Shulk to his expected demise. Now here's the cool part. As Shulk is about to land, we will see a second vision kick in when timed right, which will negate any fall damage and tell the game the party members are too far away from Shulk and need to be warped back to him, removing any combat. Now on this unusual slope, runners can run down to the final elevator before the sword fight, skipping the whole descent down the Ether Mines. In a very unique setup, putting Shulk's visions to even better use. As a fun fact, there is also a harder bufferless version of this trick that skips the first vision by putting Sharla to level 16 and doing a specific setup before starting your run when setting up the new game file, meaning Sharla is only put into critical HP on the second energy shot, cancelling the fall damage. This trick saves around another 20 seconds due to not having to do the menu in the specific new game plus run and actually doing it in the preparation save, but some people will still opt for the more consistent 2 vision version in this category as well. Xenoblade speedrunning continues to evolve, with runners constantly refining strategies and uncovering new skips. The community's dedication to optimization makes each record-breaking run even more exciting to watch. If you enjoy seeing Nintendo games pushed to their limits, be sure to stay tuned for future discoveries. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe for more Nintendo tricks, tech and glitches, and if you want to see my own speedruns, speedruns, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Mithragon. There is also a Discord link in the description below. Take care, and I'll see you next time.